All right, boys. This is officially episode 33 of the Within Range podcast with your boys Dom Juan, Snoop Eastwood, and the Ear God. We're stoked about this episode, Jared.
You could say that. I think that could be said.
It's agreeable. We knew this guy was talented from the jump, from the first time we seen him perform. I would argue star quality.
I think it was identifiable in probably sub 30 seconds. I think it was probably sub 30 seconds before I had to. Dom was, he's our PR department. He was shaking hands, kissing babies, meeting people. I was being my introvert self, which is why this works. And all of a sudden, I heard some beautiful music coming from this man right here, and friend of the podcast, Pilot Flying. And I knew within, probably about 30 seconds.
Jared knew right away. I believe, Jared, if it's safe to say, I think early on, just in that moment, you called him, you referred to the
Initially,
Phoenix
we
Gunna.
like to draw parallels.
Called you the Phoenix Gunna.
I said, is that the Phoenix Gunna right quick?
I was like, wait, what?
I want to say this. Pre-snitching allegations, first and foremost. So,
so
before I do that, and most importantly, since I've come to know you and appreciate you more as an artist, you're considerably more diverse and you have many more talents than I think he claims to have himself. So that comparison is not any more apt. You might, if I was tossing a few artists in a blender to try and like replicate what you're doing, he might be in the smoothie. But,
Absolutely,
it's a much more complex build than that. So
definitely. That's love. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here, man.
Man, we're talking singer, songwriter, engineer, originally from the DMV by way of Arizona. Mr. I changed my diets to salad, Henny, and sex. Henny Lago is in the motherfucking building right now.
Yes. Much love. Thank you guys for having me. Cheers.
It's an honor.
Thank you. Salud.
Man, been waiting for that intro. But Henny, seriously, thank you for coming on. We wanted you on to not only share your story and journey, but help bring ideas, inspiration, and creativity within range of all listeners, man. So thank you.
I'm with it. Absolutely. I'm definitely with it. Thank you guys for having me too. For real. Thank you.
We've been waiting to make this happen. I think it's only right, Drew, Jared, that we start with the name. Yes. Henny Lago, how it came to be.
I've been dying to know that.
I was in South Korea and I was emceeing at a bunch of clubs out there, but I started off at one, and it was Club UN. And so for me to MC there, they were like, hey, what's your drink preference? And I told the lady, I was like, tequila. But she brought me always, every time I was there, I'd have 2 gallons of Hennessy with fruit platters.
A gallon is insane. Two of them.
2 of them. Not just one, but like 2 in my own VIP section, and it's just me in there. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll do my little, hey, they're doing Henny shots, $1, go get your shots, blah, blah, blah. The DJ Jams will do his thing, and then next thing you know, I'm over in the VIP section. And I'm sitting there just with 2 bottles, and I'm drinking them, eating fruit. And it came across one time, it was snowing out there. And I was walking to go to my car in order to go to the next event I had to do. And I fell. I was drunk, you know what I mean? So I kind of fell. But the way I fell, I kind of like stumbled into like this little pond, little thingy, and I kind of like fell over in it. A girl pulled me out, and she was like, "The only way that I saw you was because of the Hennessy bottle." And I was
like, that's not the only time Henny probably saved a life.
You feel me? So like when she grabbed me, she was like, honestly, I was trying to grab a bottle, but a dude came up with a bottle.
Wow. Wait, are you serious?
I'm so serious. And like,
Hennessy sponsored this man right now. Nas and him
right now. Like, as soon as that happened,
crazy.
I was just like, thanks, and so, because I used to go by Skater. So, like, back in the day, I was born in Florida, grew up in Clayton County, Georgia. Then from there, I moved to California with my mom. She was a traveling nurse. And so when I was in Cali, I started skateboarding. So out there, I started shredding for a while, me and the bros and stuff. Got to the point where we were on Flow trying to do, like, sponsorships and stuff. And then moved to the DMV, and it was just... It kind of fell down after there, you know what I mean? But everyone called me Skater. I have Skater tatted on my back.
Okay,
that's like the first of it, you know what I mean? So that's crazy. On my back is Skater with like, periods in between. So it stands for survive knowing all things and regardless. And so like that's my...
I thought ASAP had it with always strive and prosper. You beat him,
man.
That was even better complex, man. Come on.
Yeah, and so like everyone called me Skater, but in that moment, I knew like... I had to change my identity. Like at that point, I was like, I'm gonna start calling myself Henny. And then Henny was, it was cool for a while, but I wanted to give myself another name. And so Lago, Spanish for lake. So it always remind me of the point where I was too lit and enjoying life that I couldn't pay attention to my surroundings. So I always want to be on point. I always want to be. That's why the name Henny Lago to me, Hennessy Lake, means like be on point to me. You know what I mean?
Wow. This is exactly why we started this, because we want to know that about our favorite artists and our favorite songs. That's crazy.
It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Henny, before we go any further, I have one question to ask you though. Before we move any further, what brand of boards did you skate?
Oh, me. All right. So my first ever deck was a Baker 3. So I watched
Okay.
Baker 3. That was my first ever skate video that I watched. Antoine Dixon, he won the for a while world's best tray flip. You know what I mean? Until he got locked up. So watching this dude skate, and he also introduced me to Biggie because his intro to it was one of Biggie's songs, and I was like, wow, this is fire. Like me, I didn't start listening to rap till I was like, I'll say 17. So before rap, I was listening to alternative. I was listening to opera. I was listening to classical music, those type of things. And I just didn't really fancy like rap like that. But after I saw this skate video with Antoine Dixon, changed my life forever. I was like, damn, the song is fire. This is fire. So I started rocking with Baker. And then Baker boards, they kind of were a little too thin for me, so I started going to Enjoy after a while, like enjoying chocolate boards.
That's a dope brand.
My man knows his stuff.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
If you had said
Absolutely.
World Industries, I would have been like, wow, he really knows about skating. And that was
No,
You
yeah.
see me with a Spitfire and Wet Willie, nah, it's not happening.
that was what I knew, man. That's
It's
hilarious.
not happening.
Man,
That's dope. So wait, would you say that skateboarding kind of got you into hip hop then?
Absolutely.
be a-
So I'll say skateboarding got me into hip hop, most definitely. Like me and my brothers, like in California, me and my older brother actually. So we started this thing where we would beat on tables with pens. And
I remember those
we'd
days.
make beats and stuff like that, and we actually have awards for that. Yeah, me and my
For
brother
beating
just-
on tables?
For beating on tables. I kid you
Was
not.
it like a
so-
competition for
Yeah, we
what
did.
you could
We
do
did
with just that?
competitions. Like we went from high school to high schools, and we was literally beating on tables. Wow. Me and my brother and a homie that was with us at the time, and I never forget it. Like we won, and my mom was like, "It's crazy that you got notified. Like you got such notoriety over something that was annoying to me." You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, you know, mom, like music. You know, it's music.
Yeah.
And so like. From there, my mom was like, you should join band. And I'm like, Mom, band's not cool. I'm a skater, you know what I mean? I'm barely at school at that. So it's like, I didn't want to really, you know, take up music like that. So that's why music wasn't even on my, like, agenda. It was me trying to go pro skateboarding, trying to keep up with, you know, the
Go
other
pro,
people skating.
huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
That was, like, the plan.
Wow.
But after I got, like, of age, like, high school, finished that, went to the military, I was like, yeah, skateboarding's cool, but I need to figure out something else I could do. And me and my friend Waiter, we used to shoot videos, like music videos of people. He's still in the film industry now. And I remember one day this dude had like rapped this song, and I'm like, dude, I could do that. And he was like, bro, like, chill. And I was like, no, I think I could really do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I recorded my first song in his basement. And his family was upstairs, and literally everybody came downstairs, and they were like, hey, who is this? And I was like, this is me. And she was like, don't ever quit doing this.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And she told me
Instant validation like that. You,
That's some
you got a gut
Ken Kesey
feeling
type
though.
shit,
Yeah.
If that doesn't teach you to trust your gut, man, that's crazy.
Absolutely. And so from there, I was just like, you know what? I'm in it for the long haul, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just got way more with that
Well,
question,
that I was-
Drew. Thank you, Drew, for asking that question.
I was like,
Damn.
that was so much better than we could have possibly.
Dude,
Where do we go
that's
from
a-
there? I mean, we
I
just.
have a question.
Yes. Talk to me.
I want to know what Seoul Korea was like.
Oh, man. So I'm most likely going to retire there. Like,
Really?
I'm not going to lie to you guys.
That's
like,
beautiful.
Korea is, first of all, the whole Asian culture. I'm a huge anime fan.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm a huge anime fan. My younger brother actually does anime. Like he draws anime. He's really dope. We're actually working on this pilot right now to get him like, you know, in the whole like with Toy Machine and Toy Animation and a couple of other people. We're trying to get him there
Wow.
for them. But it's a difficult road. You know, 1st of all, Americans doing anime, they're looking at us as an outsider because we are. But besides that, Korea itself is much love. A lot of things that we see here, like in America, is not what's happening overseas.
Really?
Absolutely not. Like the way that people treat each other here is so much different than overseas. It's love everywhere you go. Of course, you have your, you know, like people, you know,
It's just human
there's
beings.
assholes
There's
everywhere.
exactly.
You know
There's
what I mean?
assholes of every
generation,
Yeah.
every type.
every
but-
taste and flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, but the scale out there, minute. Like compared to how it is in
Yeah.
America, it's
Yeah.
super minute. People are humble. Like my first, like I could say, week in Korea. First, I didn't know anything, didn't know where I was going. Next thing you know, like I think Wednesday, I'm eating with a random family, like that just cooked food and was like, "Hey, you know, come over here." And I'm like, "What? Okay, cool." So I'm eating with them at like this small table. We're drinking soju, and I'm like, "This is cool." You know, that people, you know, reach out like that. You know,
Yeah.
so different. But for me, yeah.
I was gonna ask because I've seen a lot. Like I love a lot of Japanese things. My dad did a semester over there, and he's always been just like obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
Like I knew how to use chopsticks about the same time I knew how to use a fork.
Yep,
like it went that way. But I've heard that it is hard for people to like live over in Japan, and I've heard different about other Asian countries. Do you think that it's different? Like is that, are people like that in Seoul a little bit more? Do you think like that?
I feel like in Japan and Tokyo, let's treat that like New York. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's
Okay, exactly. That's why I thought. A
heavily
little more laid
populated.
back there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So Korea, you would see that as more of like, I would say it's on an up and up. Arizona, it's on an up
Love
and
that.
up. You know what I mean?
That's why you like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what I mean? And the weather's beautiful. Weather's
Does
beautiful.
Zillow work on Seoul? Can we?
I mean,
No, but it's, trust me. Put that in your top 5.
okay.
Top 5.
You heard it here.
Go to Seoul, go to Hangul, go to Gangnam, go to Pyeongchang. Those are the places out there that are beautiful.
It's crazy though, because it's funny that you talked about all this. I had a friend that I randomly met at a recording studio I was working at when I was living in Chicago, and me and her got really cool. She actually went out to go live in Seoul, Korea for like a year and a half. When she came back, she was planning on staying in Chicago for a bit, and I was like, "Yo, you can come and stay here." So she stayed with me for like a week, and she took me to all these different places. And by like the third day, she had met like 20 something people that she was like all having, like, whether if it was dinner dates, studio sessions, going to events, getting invited to private parties and stuff like that. And I just couldn't fathom. I was like, there's no way I've really met somebody that is this outgoing, that just gets in those many places in such a quick period of time. It's not from here.
Right.
And now that I think about it, just the entire story of how humble and how friendly everybody is there, I was like, now that makes perfect sense. So it's amazing that you brought
like
that up.
like when I was out there, I did a commercial for an ice cream company out there. I did I've opened up, like, basically hosted for Future when he went out there.
What?
Future Hendrix?
Yeah, Future Hendrix. Now listen, I am a huge Future fan.
Okay, we are too. Hey,
Huge.
Yeah.
Hey, here.
Shout out to
yeah,
we acknowledge Future
Toxic
heavily on
King.
this pod.
I am a Toxic King. You feel me?
You got to meet the man.
So me and this other MC, we did it at a club. I want to get the names right. Club Lux. At this time, it was Club Lux, 2016. He went out there. K Stylist went out there. ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky. A whole bunch of people been out there. But Future, they were like, "Yeah, I got it hosted. You know, Future's coming through." I'm like, "I'm there." Like,
Done deal.
I am there.
Say less.
You know what I mean? They're like, "No, we don't got you till some." I am there.
I'll
I
be there.
expect to have the VIP table.
Half price if I have to, but
With the 2 gallons of Hennessy. Right. You're not going to skimp me on Toxic King.
With
like,
the 2
no.
gallons.
can't
Hey, the
come.
2
I'm
gallons.
good,
was-
love.
was-
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, it was dope. You know, his whole, like, his energy. You know, and this is my second time seeing him.
okay,
In
very
person.
nice.
So first time was with my homies from Virginia. They reached out to him, went down there. You know, he wore their T-shirt. It was back when he was, you know, younger coming up. You
Was
know
that
what I
Tony
mean?
Montana
Tony
days?
Tony
Montana
Montana
days.
days.
Yeah, exactly.
Tony Montana days. You know what I mean? And then Future Hendrix days was when he was, you know, out there. And you could
Anything
just
after
see-
Coding
wow,
Crazy. was
Yeah,
just-
yeah, exactly.
Coding Crazy and
Yes.
Up was the
Yes.
future that was meant to be.
And that's what, you know what I mean? And that's the person that I saw, you know what I mean? And it was just so dope because I would have never been in these environments if I didn't step out of my crib. And I am an introvert.
Dude.
Like, at heart, I'd rather stay inside, watch
Feel
anime,
that.
write lyrics all day. You know what I mean? But someone was like, dude, at least just go look at, you know, Soul, look at what it has to offer. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. So walked around, dude was like, hey, do you want to MC at the club? I'm like, yeah. Next day, I'm MCing at the clubs. Hey, we got these artists coming in, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, this is super dope. Yeah, I'm with it.
You're gonna say no to that?
I'm trying to book a ticket right now. Like I might leave, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely. I say when you go out there, spend more time out than you do in. Like literally go out there and
Everyone's
have
worried
fun.
about the hotel.
Everyone's worried. You know what I mean? Everyone's worried about
They
the
like
hotel.
Americans out there?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
And it's crazy because they really like black people.
Okay.
Like they thought either I was a basketball player or I was rapping. One of the two.
I know they love Dennis Rodman.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like,
I know Dennis is loved, well liked out there. We know that.
the
but
Rodman is loved out there. You
I
feel
won't
me?
say you look like Dennis Rodman because you just don't. You just don't.
But like literally, we'd be sitting down, drinking, talking, or whatever, and you would see just a collective group just come up and take pictures with you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I feel like a celebrity.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm still stuck on bowing. Even today, I came back to the States in 2017, and you'll still catch me bowing.
Wow.
I'm surprised the bow doesn't get more love after COVID too.
You know what I mean?
I thought that
It
was going to.
should.
I thought it was going to start taking off.
It
you know?
should. You know what I mean? Hit the. That's it. We don't got to shake hands. We don't got to do much. Just acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I mean, guys do it basically anyway.
Yeah.
Give me the.
Yeah, they give the nod up here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, so I gotta ask, how'd you end up out here, man?
So, true story. So I was in Seoul, Korea, and I started working with a couple of artists out there. This is when I still wasn't dabbling in music, but life situations drawn me to music. You know what I mean? So I started going to the studio called the Bubblegum Studio. And Bubblegum Studio out there, I saw the Justin Bieber of Korea out there, like K-pop dude.
K-pop's
fire.
I know
right?
about
This
K-pop
dude's
a little bit.
fire.
Justin Bieber of Korea.
Yeah, like no, he literally
What's his
came
name?
in. I wish I could. I wish
We'll
I could.
Google
say
I'll
it.
look up Justin
Well,
Bieber
yeah.
of Korea.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be out
yeah.
there.
You'll
It'll
find like,
come up.
you
just-
10 of them.
Anytime you're just guessing, you just look it up Reddit, and someone will say something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this dude came in, and I'm like, dude, look at this dude. What the hell? Like he has security and everybody with him, and I'm like, bro, no one's. And then I looked at his shoes, and I was like, those are the Red Octobers. I was like, how did you get those? Come to find out, Kanye went out there and was like, hey, buy my shit. And people went crazy and bought his stuff. Apparently, you know what I mean? The GOAT. So I was like, holy fuck. So I see this dude's shoes and I'm like, damn. And so he hops in front of the mic and I'm in there watching him, you know what I mean, as he's recording. And I'm like, this is so fire. Like, this is how you capture it. And the dude's like, yeah, this is how we do it. I'm like, hey, what's this button in this? And, you know, they're laughing at me. They're like, chill, you just sit over there. And I was like, no, I want to learn this, you know? And so my brothers, I was telling them, I'm like, hey, I'm coming back to the States. I want to go to school for audio engineering. And they were like, okay, cool. My brothers, one was in Texas. The other, actually, both of them just got to Texas right now. And they were like, all right, cool, bro. If you're with it, we're with it. We'll come out there with you. And I was like, nah, y'all don't have to, do that. They literally dropped everything, came out with me.
Wow.
Like my brothers.
Wow.
And so I did like a little globe, spun it, put my finger down, and it hit Arizona.
No
Get the
way.
fuck
Get
outta
that-
here.
Get out of
I
here.
swear.
The desert?
The desert.
I mean, if you're in Seoul, like, why would you not
You know what I
do
mean?
that?
So
You know,
it's like
Could have been in
I've been
Barcelona.
everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I've been everywhere. So it's like I wanted to come back to the States, and I was like, damn, I don't want to go to a place that I've already been.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
like
So
that.
it's like
Switch it up.
Texas, Louisiana, Florida,
love
Georgia,
Louisiana.
New York, DC, Maryland. I've been to a lot of places, Cali. And I was like, I want to go to a place that I've never been. I want to really start music the right way. I want to start it Etch-a-Sketch. Everything clear, clean plate. Let me get in there.
Etch-a-Sketch.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so
Write that
like,
down.
Yeah.
so
Check
I
that.
spun the little globe thing and closed my eyes, put my hand down, and then landed in Arizona. Told my brothers, I was like, hey, I'm going to look for a school out here. They're like, all right, we're with it. It's right up the block. We can move there. Boom, have everything set up. They already had everything set up by the time I came out here.
dude.
Yeah.
Can I just say, as an ASU grad, thank God you didn't land on Tucson.
You feel me? Like,
Hey.
listen.
Fuck.
Thank
Tucson.
God, man.
Don't get me
If
wrong.
you'd hit Prescott, Flagstaff, fine, dude, you'd be fine. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
You
just
don't wanna
thank
end up in
God, dude.
Don't
Tucson.
get me wrong. I love Tussie, but
No, yeah, I know. No, I just got to throw a little shade. I just got to throw a little
God.
shade,
Tucson is.
I love when you get ASU hate in Tempe, and it's like,
Oh,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll go on
There's
back.
always Tucson.
Yeah.
There's always Tucson.
Hey, there's always Tucson.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
All right. So, okay. So you attended Crass, right?
Yep.
You were out here doing your thing. So much to talk about.
I mean, we've just hit so much already too. It's crazy.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I guess, man.
I
Yeah,
really appreciate you guys. Like, I'm looking at the notes that you guys have, and it's like,
y'all
it's
5 pages.
literally
We got 5 pages of notes,
they got like
dude.
5 pages over here. Like, they really did they work, yo. Hey,
Yeah,
that's
thank you, man.
love,
Thank you.
much
No,
love.
we take pride in this. I guess I'll just go real quick, and I just want to shout out our boy Pilot. Shout out Pilot
Absolutely.
Flying.
That's my brother.
We've had him on here, and in the intro I said from the DMV, but I know you've been from other places. But when Pilot was on, I know that's where y'all connected out there was in the DMV.
Absolutely.
Y'all got music together. Talk about your relationship with Pilot Flying, if you could.
Oh yeah, so like I will forever rep 17 Southside DMV, like forever, because that's where my life changed and I impacted the most. Like my name is still like, I get calls from random people at any time will be like, "Hey, I just feel like you're in the area. Are you in the area right now?" Like
they just feel
I'm
it.
dead
You just
serious.
sent the aura over there
Yeah,
for a
you know
little
what I mean?
bit. I like it.
Legit
Man.
high school days. They called me Odysseus.
Explain.
Oh,
What
you
do
were
you
on the
mean?
journey.
Right, so like
You didn't fall victim to the sirens, though.
I
you know what
did.
mean?
The-
You did.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I did. So like
Some
so
Greek
Odysseus?
tragedies, dog.
yeah, Greek is so Odysseus.
The Iliad
he
and
goes,
Odyssey.
Yeah, he goes on like his whole travel fighting cyclopses.
Okay.
Gets drawn in by sirens. Has brothels. This dude, he goes on his journey and stuff like. But he's
Caligula
just,
style.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But his name just rings bells because of his journeys and how he overcame a lot of things. And so like for me in high school, I help a lot of people. You know what I mean? I was caped longer than a beta coat. Like I literally was out there saving anybody that I could. But I was also true to myself and humble. So people, they drawn to that. They respected that. And it's been times where people will literally call me, no matter what I'm doing, I come help them out. Families, not just like kids my age. Like I'm 17 helping out 34-year-olds. Like I'm out there doing, just for the community.
Wow, man.
You know what
That's
I mean?
crazy. Pillar of the community.
Absolutely. And so,
awesome.
like I met Pilot in high school, and he was on the football team. I was literally
He was a receiver, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
I was at school, but I was more into drugs. Like, so I was smoking.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was smoking.
I had some
a lot of
homies like that.
trees. I was smoking a lot of trees. So
Drew,
yeah. Like, and at this point,
Gotta
it's
keep it G.
yeah, you got to. You know what I mean? And at this point, Pilot didn't even smoke. Like I
Oh,
was.
wait.
smoking.
There was a
Yeah.
moment where he did smoke in his life. I mean,
Listen,
Hey, listen. The pilot hadn't taken off yet. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All right.
He didn't. Take
Every
off at
pilot
this time.
takes
Drew,
off.
get the
at
claps
some
out of
point.
that.
Come on,
man.
man.
Every captain has their chance. You know what I mean?
I got you, pilot.
Yeah, so at this time, I was like, we say this and we joke about it is because like the roles reversed. You know what I mean? Like I don't smoke anymore, but he chiefs just as much as I did. You know what I mean? In that time, in that respective time frame, and it's just so dope.
Wow.
And I've seen him, grow over the years, and so I moved out here. Randomly, he hit me up on Snap, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I'm in Arizona." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! Where are you at?" You know what I mean? He's like, "Bro, I'm in Ahwatukee. Where are you at?" You know what I mean? And so he, dropped a pin, pulled up on him, and I'm like, "Bro, this is dope."
Wow.
Took him back to the crib, and we was just live recording a song, and he was like, "Bro, this is fire. I want to do this." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, hell yeah, bro, let's do it." Recorded his first song with me ever, and just from there, like seeing his growth, like this dude, I can call him at any time of the day, even if we're at work, in Yams, wherever we are, like we will answer the phone and just be like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" You know what I mean? Like, so he's a brother.
That's
Like,
awesome,
True friendship.
man. Yeah,
true
that's cool, man.
friendship. You know what I mean? And
dope.
I'm just so proud of him, super proud of him. Like for the years, not just the high school times that we've known each other, but as we're going into our career path, like I can see it. I can vision what he's been visioning, and I'm just so proud of him, bro. Wow. Like for real.
Shout out Pilot.
Shout out
Flying,
Pilot,
Yeah,
man.
big shout out.
He was
to
one of
him.
our early guests. We've kept up with him. We like his career.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all got some dope music. We're gonna get into in part 2. So
yes,
shout out the
yes.
boy.
I got one question. Someone else you might know. I heard you earned the rank of nephew from a certain someone.
Oh,
Maybe
so
the D-O
check
double
it.
G.
So check it. Yeah. So they were all smoking. It was an event. You know what I mean? And like I kind of nudged my way in there. You know what I mean?
As one should if he's there.
I was the person that wasn't supposed to be there, but I was there. You know what I mean? I call it, opportunity. So they were
Manifestation.
smoking.
Yeah,
damn.
exactly.
So I don't smoke, but I'm definitely gonna
Oh,
smoke.
listen.
You know what I
Dude,
mean?
anyone
If there's a time, you're gonna, dude.
I mean, he gets Martha
Absolutely.
Stewart smoking. I mean, come on,
You feel me?
anyone's doing it. If
So,
actually
they were-
Martha's doing it.
They were passing around this ridiculous blunt, and I'm like, first of all, off tops, before I even hit the blunt, I'm contact high in the room with them. You know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to move, but kind of be cool, but also rub shoulders to be like, hey, what's up, type thing. Next thing you know, we start smoking, and I start chopping it up, and I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm high as gas prices right now, and I'm just like, I'm looking at, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at him just like, yo, this is dope. And, you know, he was like, love, bro. And I'm like, love, dapper.
It's Uncle Snoop.
Oh my
Bruh.
gosh, man, that's crazy.
Got solidified. There.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you need after that? You kind of hit the pinnacle. It's like Everest there, dude.
And it's been, honestly, I could just say, like, timing, bro. Like, God has blessed me really good with timing. You know what I mean? Like, meeting Mayweather, like, in Scottsdale.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
I mean?
what?
Okay.
Just you met the money team?
Hit it,
So
hit it.
check
Back.
it. Legit just
Henny
bumped
Lago on the
into
money
the
team.
people.
Old
You know
Town?
what I mean? Yes. Actually in Old Town. Yeah, yeah.
The U?
At the hip hop
Which one?
club, the hip hop club that's like in
oh.
the corner.
Yeah,
they
the
changed
one-
the name.
I know what
like
you're talking
three
about.
times.
It's like the
Ranch.
night. It was like the night something
Next
for
Next
a
to the
little bit.
tacos?
Yeah,
I
no,
know
the
exactly what
night-
you're
That's where
talking
I saw.
about.
That's where I saw Darude.
Next to the
yeah,
I saw
tacos.
Darude's Sandstorm from
Yep.
21st. Yeah,
I know
okay,
exactly
yeah.
what you're
Yeah,
talking
bumped into him and like a couple other people there, like some big dudes. You know what I mean? They had the money team shirts on and shit. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then I look in between, and lo and behold, Diamond the fuck out. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, that's him. You know, dapped him up, much love.
Diamonds
kept it-
on me
kept it
dancing.
moving, you know
Tapped
what
him
I
up
mean?
and kept him moving. He did it. That's
And
awesome.
It's just so crazy. Like, life is so crazy because the amount of people that you meet, you know what I mean, and you never know. It's like when you least expect it, you know, and for them to still show love, that lets you know that your energy is proper.
Dude, I was gonna say, I was like, I just feel like just some random person dapping up Money Mayweather's not
does
getting
that.
that. Yeah, he's not
No,
getting
no,
love
no,
back. They're like, what
yeah.
are you doing, dude?
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
security would.
You
would
look so
grab it.
natural. They were like, yeah, of course he knows him.
Like, I legit was like walking and I'm like, oh hell no, and then they started laughing and shit. I'm like, who's protecting who? You know?
No, exactly.
At that
exactly.
point.
I think
They're like,
Floyd could hold his own.
yeah,
if he
you
needed
feel me?
to.
I'm like, who's
Hey, if people
protecting who?
feel
He
your
got
energy
y'all,
a
you
few
know?
states away, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I can buy it.
Oh, and it was just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Being in Arizona, I've met like a lot of people.
There's a lot of celebrities
celebs
out here, man.
A lot of celebrities out here. You know, networked with a couple of football players. Back when I was working, you know, I was interning at Salt Mine Studio.
Oh, Salt Mine! Shout out Salt Mine
Yeah,
Studios.
shout out Salt Mine
Shout out
Studios.
Dom,
Legendary
you know,
studio out
absolutely.
here.
Went there. I learned from actually the best engineer I've ever met in my life. You know what I mean?
Drew, it's okay. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Drew's our best
I'm
engineer.
just playing. I'm just
Drew
playing.
and Drew.
Yeah.
You know, hey, there's
Simmer
still
down,
openings.
Drew. Simmer down.
I got top 2 out of 5, so you know you're still good, bro. You still got time, bro.
I'm playing. Sorry, man. Keep going.
But
There's thousands, but
Oh, come on.
But like, I met this dude, John Gray. He's just fire. He's actually the one that taught me a lot. You know what I mean? He taught me a lot. We used to go to his crib in the morning. He would drink Captain Morgan with RC Cola. Yeah.
RC.
oh, my man was a studio rat.
Oh, listen. And we would get our day
RC.
started to Katy Perry.
Which one? What Katy Perry? Which one?
Your dreams. That one too. Is that the one with the?
That's I think that's
the
hot
theme
and
park?
cold. Hot. You're hot and you're cold.
Yes. I'm telling you, we would literally. He would be like, "Hold on," do his prayers. Katy, not say a word though. You know what I mean? Like, we would be in
And
the
then Katy
room,
Perry
and then
comes
Katy Perry, and he'll just stretch.
What?
And then
That's
boom,
like-
that would be his thing, you know. And so I just respected it over the time, you know. This wasn't just a one day thing, you know what I mean. This was like a year, you know what I mean, like a year span of this. So him, John, that's there too. These two guys, they really, you know, they took me under their wing because I wanted to learn more. You know, I just didn't want to be like a normal dude in the studio because I told them I want to do music too. Like, teach me the etiquettes, teach me the things that I didn't learn in school, you know. So they taught me so much, you know what I mean? And so
That's awesome.
big kudos to them, you know. Yeah.
Man, I gotta bring this up. It's close to Drew and my's heart, man. But did you have a song that played on Power 92 in Chicago?
Yes, I did. Watch watch I move or something like that. It was actually one of my first songs I ever made.
That's
Wow.
So
And you got
that
on
radio
radio?
station, if you live in Chicagoland, Drew, you know what I'm talking about. Like Power 92 is like it's the shit. So like I'm just curious,
Okay.
how did that even come to?
So I made this song with I'm trying to remember the name of it. Watch My Move or Watch How I Move or something like that. It was me, Money, and my homie Della. Like, so they're from Chicago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we recorded this song literally at their crib. I packed up my equipment, took it to their crib. We were getting lit.
Did you live in Chicago?
No.
Oh.
We're out here at this time.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay, got it.
We're out here. I'm in Awatuki. They were in, I think, Greenway or something like that. And so, like, I
Shout out
packed up my
Greenway.
equipment. Yeah, shout out Greenway. Packed up my equipment, and I, took it to their crib. This is my first time meeting Money. This is my first time meeting, all of them.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, do you have a song or anything? I'm like, I have a lot of songs, but what I want to do is, work with you guys. Let's, get something out. So next thing you know, we're in the crib vibing, started rapping, and they were like, yo, I fucks with this. So everyone hopped on the song. It was a good song. I'm driving home. Next day, they're like, yo, it's on the radio, bro. I'm like, nah, you're lying. But then legit, it
Are
was
you
on.
serious?
They literally was like, yo, 92 point whatever. the
Yeah,
radio station
92.3.
was. Yeah,
Nuts.
92.3. Yeah. They're like 92.3. We got your song coming up next. Watch I Move. Watch I Move.
Oh,
That's
it
name
came
of it.
to him. It
Okay.
came to him.
There we
That's
go.
what I
Wow,
meant.
that's a deep cut then.
And that's how it came in. And I was like, holy fuck. That was my first time ever being on the radio.
Wow.
First
And
time.
it was the
That's
radio station
crazy.
Chicago.
It just
and
came
was
out
in
of
Chicago.
nowhere.
That was big love. Big love.
Wow.
Big love, yeah.
You say you got songs. Rumor has it you have 1,000 songs saved up.
Oh, man.
Is that a fact? How many? Are we
Rumor-
talking multiple thousands now?
Rumor has it. I'll say rumor has it. I have right
Word on the
now. Word on the street. Word on the street is I can say 1,700 songs that have not been played.
Bro.
How? At what?
Why are you doing that
levels
to
of-
us, dog?
Like finished, ready, just.
Ready. It's for rainy
You
days.
could literally minigun songs.
There's a
for-
difference between saying idea. There's a difference between
Oh, yeah,
saying
no,
like,
not
oh, this is a
concept.
joke song. This is a shit song. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna like ever really pursue any further. But to say completed song,
No, like
1,700
if
is
we
bad.
say like concept
That's
wise,
military grade ammo.
yeah. If
Song
we
a
say
day for
concept,
5 years.
If we say concept wise, I can say I'm like 2023. I only have 2 songs in my folder this year. That's what made me mad.
so it's-
but
dude.
if I do 2021, 2022, it's well over like
Yeah, you should be
Literally
upset
could
about
drop
having
a
2
song
songs in
every
23.
single day for 5 years without
Absolutely.
reloading.
Absolutely,
crazy.
It's,
That's a minigun.
I keep
That's
them. I keep them for rainy days. You know what I mean? I keep to me. It's
Hey,
like,
we've been having some rainy days in Arizona lately,
You
bro.
feel me?
So,
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
Like to me, yeah.
I would
like,
love
that's
to.
what I'm
you should-
saying.
I would love to be at an auction for that or something, and you just go off the name of the song, and people are just bidding how much they want for each
Yeah.
song just to come out. That would be so amazing.
and I
That's
would
so
do
much,
it.
dude. I
would
want to
do
hear it.
Thank you. And it's like
Jared just started buying up Henny Lago catalog.
I'd be in there like John
NFTs.
Dutton. John Dutton bidding on a cow, man.
We got 354 titles. You know, like but yeah,
Number
like,
84. Okay, yeah, we see you.
but I record like so. Being that I have the studio at home, I used to train myself like even if I like drink, I would make sure I record at least 6 songs a day.
Okay.
So out of the 6 songs, I know 3 of those are possible hits. So I call them 3 and a pop. So what I do is I make 3 hits and
Take
3
notes.
possibilities. So that's
Everyone
my
take
3 and a
notes.
pop. So 3 songs that I know for myself personally are bangers, but I also get them checked. So like everything I do is checked like validly, like Baltimore, South Korea, Japan, Egypt, Atlanta, Texas, Louisiana. I have like a list of people. So when I make a song,
It's your focus group.
absolutely. So
Can we be added to that? somehow?
absolutely, absolutely,
Please,
yeah.
please.
Because the more the
I'm just
merrier.
saying.
Because to me,
I'll
I
give you
need
a paragraph.
Hey, Henny, you need to get the Discord going.
You feel me? I need to.
Let's
Yes,
see.
yes.
See, I'm helping you now.
And
See.
that's what I'm talking about. If I get Discord going, then it would be, so much easier with this. Like, because don't get me wrong, they always support me, but they'll tell it to me the way I need it to be, toned. Like, my youngest brother is the asshole of the group. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly what they're for, though.
seriously, you know what I mean? Like, I will seriously be in the studio sweating, like, literally making a song, exhausted. I'll send it to him. And he's like, bro, like, it's not your best, but it's not your worst. That's when I know that it's not a good song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
If
really?
Lil Bro
Oh,
says
okay.
it's legit.
It's
Okay.
like, it's not your best, but it's not your worst.
Wow.
You know what I mean? If he gives me one fire emoji, I'm pissed. Like, no, absolutely
What is it,
pissed.
3 at least?
Yeah, no, the max that
3 to
he's
5?
ever gave me was 5.
He gave you a 5.
That's a max.
He gave me 5 fire
That's
emojis.
like the Michelin star.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I might could guess what songs those could have been. We'll
That
get
was-
into that in part
yeah,
2.
we'll
but-
get into that part too. But yeah, like you know,
That'd be a good segment.
yeah, rarely I get 5. Rarely I get 5. So, you know, a lot of times I get 3 fires. But from him, it's just a level. He knows, like, before I started singing, before I started harmonizing, I was actually writing. Like, so I was
Is this
doing
when
a
you
lot of lyricism.
Is this when you were a bubblegum? Like, were you writing
Yes.
for people
So
there? You said you were
Bubblegum,
writing
I
for
was-
some
yes.
big people,
So I
right?
wrote for a lot of people.
Okay.
Not just that though. I wrote for like a bunch of people. Like I wrote for a lot of people. That's how I started. And then I was like, you know what? Let me at least try to get my voice out there. You know, my homie was like, bro, you actually sound good. I was like, I don't know. I've never recorded before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could just harmonize a song and beat on the table. And they were like, dude, put that in the studio. So I made like a tape called No Day Sober. This tape is only on SoundCloud.
Yeah, we know.
We know about that.
Okay, listen. Listen, real quick. I gotta take a piss. Let's break that,
yeah,
and then we'll
yeah.
get into the music.